Mental health deterioration rarely happens suddenly. It drifts. Sleep shortens, work expands, mood fluctuates, and we often notice only when we are already overwhelmed. What if we could detect that drift early using data but without diagnosing or labeling? This is Drift, a personalized behavioral alignment system built for Mindcode 2026 hackathon. So what Drift does? Drift compares your recent behavior to your personal baseline. It looks at the sleep, the work hours, and your at the end of the day emotional tone. You're not compared to others. You are compared only to yourself. Let's put in some days of data. For example, I slept 5 hours on day 1, I did around 4 hours of work, and my mood was neutral. You can save this. Now, one database entry log means 1 day of data has been saved. You need at least 3 days of data to run an analysis. I slept 8 hours on day and I did only 2 hours of work, so I was happy. On the next day, I did around 4 hours of work. I slept around 4 hours, and my mood was I was frustrated because I did around 5 hours of work. Say, save it. Then we have 3 database entries log. Now we can run analysis. Click on run analysis, and now we have our drift index. So what this drift index is and what its value means, let us understand. 0.91. So the drift index, this value is calculated using standardized deviation, specifically the z-scores, from your personal mean and standard deviation. Keeping it simple, it generally means if today's sleep, work, or mood significantly deviates from your normal pattern, the index increases. For example, if you are used to sleeping 5 hours a day or 6 hours a day, and then on a day you slept only 2 hours, or you slept all throughout the day, then your drift index will deviate and this value will increase. The more you are aligned to your rhythm, the more you are keeping steady on all days, the more this value will be closer to 1. So currently it is 0.91, which means you are aligned and not deviating that much from your personal rhythm. So this value is calculated using statistics, deviations, z-scores, and so on. If this value is 0, you are aligned. If it is in the between 0.8 to 1.5, you are deviating a little. And if the value is greater than 3, you are deviating a lot. You are shifting from your personal rhythm. This is your baseline, which is the average score of the 3 days you have entered. Sleep was 5.3, work hours 3.7, and your mood was neutral around average. Now, what this future direction does and how do we calculate it? So we use linear regression model. We use the past trends and past data to predict what your drift index, what your drift score will be on the in the upcoming 7 days. So this is the 7-day projection. If you continue your behavior, and if you continue your behavior, if you continue the rhythm you are currently pursuing, your score in 7 days will become 1.50. This is what it tells, and we use linear regression to predict this value. We have also integrated a Gemini API to understand and to make you understand what this 0.91 score is actually is and what 1.50 means. So we can use that also. So we have the answer. Hello there, let's gently explore what your drift score is showing today. Your current drift score is 0.91. So it will give a whole report of why the drift score was 0.91, what it means, and what this 1.50 projection actually is. So we have prompted Gemini API to understand all the data, and we are sending all the data to it, and it is replying accordingly to the user. So as we have only 3 days, this is your drift trend over time. We will log more data and I will show you this in upcoming. This is your mood pattern over time. So you was neutral on the first day, on the second day you was happy, on the third day you was sad or frustrated. This counter shows what metric contributed most to your drift today. So as your mood was frustrated, it will become the biggest contributor to your current drift. So 2.0 deviation it gave, work hours and then sleep. At last, we have a Gemini API integrated with AI behavioral insight. So it will give all the insight, and according to all that data, all your mood, work hours, sleep, and what you should do if you want to keep yourself aligned. It will provide you, it's like a friendly friend of yours. It will provide you insights. It will not diagnose you. It will just tell you what you should do, what you can do better to keep yourself aligned. Let's generate the insight. So in this web app, we are basically combining statistical as well as machine learning as well as AI to integrate and combine a system which will tell you and how can you keep yourself aligned. And it is a reflection of yourself. You are not compared with others, you are just compared with yourself. It's a reflection of yourself. We are not diagnosing, we are not labeling, we are just providing a system from which you can see if you follow the pattern, if you follow the same pattern, where will you land, and based on that you can better yourself. So this is the whole Gemini insight, and it will give you 3 countermeasures, what you should do and what happens in your past week, what all you felt. It gives all that. We can log in more data to see how this drift index varies. Now let us say I slept 3 hours, but I work 6 hours, which is a lot. So it will give a drift index, it will increase the drift index, and I was so frustrated because I had to work so much. Save telemetry and we can run analysis. So as you can see, the drift index increased because my sleep was less, my work hours were more, so it deviated from the original pattern. If I slept only 1 hour a day and I worked 6 hours a day and I was happy doing that, that's not practical, but I'm just showing you. So you can see the drift index became 1.06, and it is a noticeable shift in your personal routine. You should not continue this. So this is your drift trend over time, how the drift score is increasing. This is your mood pattern over time. The sleep gave the most deviation because sleeping 1 hour a day, of course, it will give a good deviation. You can use the AI insight as well. So the front end is built using Next.js, built using React.js as well, and the backend is built using Fast API. Drift modeling is done using NumPy and scikit-learn, and AI is generated using Gemini API. So that's for it. Thank you.